Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And I wanted to get into this lesson dealing with something I was thinking about, I was meditating on with everything that's going on today, and more specifically how people are reacting to the things that are going on. You're seeing a lot of desperation, and as Yahweh said in Matthew the 24th chapter, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So in the beginning of sorrows, you're seeing a lot of desperation, and desperation or desperate people make some crazy decisions at times. Okay, and that's what leads me to the first precept that I was thinking about here in Matthew the 24th chapter, because there's some stories, news clips and articles and stories that have come out on, certain crimes or certain events that have happened, and you're like, yo, it takes, you definitely have to have demons on you, or spirit on you in order for you to go around and do these things. And you can see those kinds of events are transpiring more and more. I believe either last year or the year before, there was a man that killed his wife at a bus stop, and just walked away. And these things are occurring. I saw a video of a news article. I believe it was the Elder Yashawamba's other page that he put it up on. Basically, you had this woman that was shot by a man. They said that she was trying to help him. So they were living together, and they had a disagreement. I guess he asked her to move out, and she asked him to move out, and he basically shot her and killed her. See, so it's like people are taking very drastic measures over things that would seem, solvable by other means. But that's because the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is putting that spirit on them, that cold love, okay? That heart, that cold demonic mindset on these people. And they're doing these things now. You have people that'll pull out a gun and shoot at you over traffic. You cut somebody off, or, parking spot, right? Things like that. And that's in them to do that now. So you think about, well, in the times ahead, right? In the times ahead, with food shortages, gas shortages, and, just hard times, how much more do you think people are going to be behaving in that time? And that's why the scriptures say what they say, which I'm going to get into. Now, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." And when you go into the word iniquity, it breaks down to anarchy, all right, without rule. And that is what we're seeing, because when society starts to crumble, so does certain societal aspects, like people adhering to the laws, the rules, basically a purge style environment. And that's why they send in troops, with guns, to use force or martial law in order to try and restore some order in that city or location, right? So the Lord said, because of iniquity, right? Because and it says what? Because iniquity shall abound, meaning that in these times, that lawlessness is going to escalate. Second Ezra the 15th chapter talks about that. Okay, the love of many shall wax cold. So they're gonna get more into that violent mindset, lack of pity, lack of empathy, not caring whether you're a man or a woman or whatever you are. They don't care what role you play in society. People are not going to be having pity. And what's going to cause that iniquity to abound? Tribulation, hard times. Okay, that's what causes chaos. That's what causes anarchy. All right. And it says, verse 13, "But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved." Right. So that's what we're hoping to do. We're hoping to endure unto the end. And we're hoping and praying that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has mercy on us, and that Lord willing, the works that we do, to serve the Lord, it's satisfactory to the Lord to where He can have mercy on us. Okay, so now I want to get a few other precepts because they're written in here, and you're starting to see why. Okay, this is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 9. It says, "And salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another." See? All friends shall destroy one another. And this all goes back to Matthew 24 and 12. The love of many shall wax cold, because friends are friends for a reason, right? Friends are not called enemies, they're called friends. So why would friends destroy one another? There'd have to be something going on that'll cause that rift or that separation, or for one to turn on another. Okay? Some hard time, some hard decision that they won't agree on because they cannot agree on it. And I'll give you an example of something that they cannot agree on. If you got two individuals that are friends, there's a famine going on, they're all hungry, and there's only one piece of whatever it is that can feed only one of them. That's a cause for disagreement. If it's something that, whether it's food or something else, but whatever it is, if it's something that cannot be split and only one can have it, now, well, why should it be you and not me? Then the other says, well, why should it be you and not me? So you cannot agree, because one, especially for these kinds of people, the one is not going to sacrifice for the other. Neither is the other going to sacrifice for the one. So now what do you have? A disagreement. And then it gets as far as to, well, now I'm not looking at you as a friend anymore. I'm looking at you as somebody that's standing in the way of me and this thing, whatever it is, that I need. And that's going to turn into fights and violence and somebody putting somebody out. See, that story I mentioned, right, with the woman who got shot by the dude, she was supposedly helping out. If she saw him as an enemy from the start, she wouldn't have allowed that. But at some point, they had to have been friends. The mother said it, that they were friends. So how do you go from friends to a bullet in your head by your quote-unquote friend? And you're seeing that people are becoming more and more cold, and people are becoming just sick in the head to be okaying the kinds of things that are going on. These people are not normal. All right, I saw another video. The woman was asking another woman, and of course the other woman was Jake, and she's asking her about this whole abortion thing, and should they have the ability to terminate a child's life even after birth? This dumbass black beast gonna talk about it's the woman's choice. Whatever she decides to do at any point in her life, it's her choice. All right, so you go and tell a woman that, hey, you birthed this child. This child is 5 or 6 years old, but now it's your choice. You can go ahead and do whatever the hell you want to do to that child. Let that woman go and harm that child and put that child to death and see where she's going to end up. You see? And you ask yourself, are you okay in the head? Are you thinking? Are you even hearing the questions that are being asked? So then at the end, the one asking the question says, so I can kill my 2-year-old child. It's whatever the woman's choice is, it's her choice. Like a zombie, stuck on repeat, stuck on stupid. And that's why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to destroy when them death angels start jumping on these people, and they're issuing out judgment, and you try to plead your case, they're gonna tell you it's whatever the Most High decides. Please, I'm sorry, it's his choice. It's at any point in it's his choice to make that decision. And you're gonna try to plead with them, and they ain't gonna hear it, because the Lord ain't gonna hear it. Because the stupid madness that's been going on. Sick people, man. And it says here, 2 Ezra 5 and 9, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Not even just fight, destroy one another. So it's going to get real bad to the point where the tribulation is driving friends to destroy one another. It says, then shall wit hide itself, and understanding which withdraw itself into his secret chamber. Because that ability to be able to make those decisions, that understanding of what is going on, people are not going to have. Verse 10, and shall be sought of many, and yet be not found. Because now that it's openly available here, it's not sought of many, right? But when it's not openly available, that's when people are going to be looking for the answers, and they're not going to get them. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. See? Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And incontinency, I believe when you look it up, it goes into like lack of control, just doing whatever, which, let me just type that in here. Incontinence. Definition. Right, so you have incontinence, which is lack of self-restraint. See, so you're gonna have people just giving into their will. Because I'll give you an example, right? Say a woman pisses off, like you out in public, right? This woman is just pissing you off. She just wilding out, disrespecting you. Maybe you're an Uber driver. She comes in your car talking shit, disrespecting you, and you really, really want to slap the hair off her head, right? But you restrain yourself because of what? Because you're thinking of consequences. All right, what's gonna happen if I slap this woman bald? What's gonna happen to me? I'm gonna end up somewhere. It's gonna become a whole big deal, and that's not a good thing. So you restrain yourself, you contain yourself, right? But when you don't have to worry about those consequences at the moment, because things are so bad, it's so chaotic, you're not gonna need to think twice, about slapping her into the door outside the car. Because what? What's gonna happen? So because when iniquity starts to abound, people are not gonna think twice about doing certain things, taking whatever they want, whatever. And that's going to be a very dangerous world. Because if laws weren't needed, they wouldn't be here. So clearly they're needed to prevent something, which is what? Chaos and anarchy. And that's why you're seeing a lot of people, as times are getting harder, people are getting desperate and violence is increasing. It says here, one land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say, no. Why? Because everywhere you're going to be seeing this kind of behavior. Some areas worse than others. All right. Like in some movies, they'll show scenes of different areas, and it's just brutal. Like just people just acting like animals. And then somebody just says like, oh my gosh, like we've lost all sense of humanity. Like, is there nowhere, is there nobody that still has some sense of humanity, some sense of, goodness in them? And they're going to say, nah, now run your pockets. All right. It says, and it shall say no. Going to show you that it's just going to be all out anarchy out here. And at the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. So when you hear of the warnings that were given, the shortages and the chaos and the global issues, understand that those prompt behaviors in people. Okay, they force people to think in a certain mindset, in a certain way. Okay, which is like survival mode. Okay, and that then it runs that risk of chaos. This is 2 Ezra 6:24, and and also when people are in that desperate zone, it's easier for demons to hop on them. Okay, because they're not exercising when they're in a state of incontinency. they're not exercising restraint, it's easier for demons to hop on them and drive them. It says, at the same time, 2 Ezra 6:24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. There you go again. So there's this thing that is like, okay, in Ezra's visions, he's seeing this, like, yo, friends are turning on each other, family members. So why is that? What is causing them, to do that? It says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So why would the earth stand in fear with those that dwell therein? Because things are gonna get so bad that's why Yahushua said, what the love of many shall wax cold. To where if friends are gonna fight against each other like enemies, what do you think is gonna happen with just the average individual who are not friends? See? And it's going to lead to mass violence. Okay, another one is here in Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. See? There you go again with that fighting against each other, that division, that violence. And you got to ask yourself, well, there's some trigger for this. And that triggers what the whole world is staring at in the face. Because you're not going to go to the store and whatever you're in desperate need of, you find it and you say, all right, now I'm going to sacrifice it for somebody else. You're not going to do that. Okay? You're not going to do that. And if it comes down to it, you're going to fight for it. And if that means injuring the other person, then that's what you're going to do. Or that's what these people are going to do. So at the end of the day, that there's a reason Yahushua said what he said in the same chapter, in line with desperate times, and hard times coming about. 2 Ezra 15:19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So these hard times are going to make people hard. They're going to make people cold. All right, they're gonna drive people into a mindset of just cold, not having hospitality or pity or no. It's just survival, doing whatever it is that you have to in order to survive. And that's gonna breed forth, as I've been saying, a lot of anarchy, a lot of chaos, a little some anarchy creates more anarchy, right? Because hard times then force these people to act in wild ways, which then creates even harder times. All right, so we're getting ready to witness some horrific deeds and acts by these same people. All right, by these Babylonians. And hey, may the Lord have mercy on us all. And by us all, I'm talking about the elect. All right, Lord willing, we are a part of that. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Just something that I was thinking about. So, just last words are just remain circumspect, as the scriptures say, redeeming the time because the days are evil. These people are people are just going through shit and they're waiting for the tiniest trigger to let it out on somebody. So always be circumspect when you're out there, with who's around you, what they're saying, all of these things. Okay. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh. Until next time, Shalom.